Travis.
Hey.
What's up, dude?
Good
How you doing?
morning.
Hi, nice seeing you. We have our guest, Travis Kraft, a YouTube
Hi.
superstar, filmmaker, an artist, you name it.
So I'm up very early this morning because I'm doing a morning talk show. Let's have some fun.
He did some character with Lindsay Lohan.
What movie was that?
I did a magazine photo shoot.
Oh, magazine with Lindsay Lohan.
Our first Bazaar
We're gonna
magazine.
talk about that.
Yeah.
You're so lucky, Lindsay Lohan.
Welcome back! Yes, mga kaibigan, as promised, may special guest na tayo. Ngayong umaga, we will get to know more about our special guest, former wrestler, an artist, a filmmaker, and a YouTube superstar. Now, let's welcome Mr. Travis Kraft. Good morning and welcome to
Magandang umaga.
Wow,
Salamat sa
hi,
invitation.
sir.
I'm happy to be here with you guys this morning. Para sa iyo, ikaw ay special, okay? Just for you, okay?
diba? Special talaga dito sa mga like what I said earlier, you used to be a wrestler
Yes.
and an artist. So what made you decide, or who inspired you to become a filmmaker right now?
All my life, since the time I was a little boy, I was a huge fan of movies. I remember I used to go to Sylvester Stallone movies with my dad, and I took a lot of inspiration from that. Everyone likes movies, especially kids, but I think I liked movies just a little bit more than the average person, because there was something that made me say, you know what, I have to do that. I want to be an entertainer too. I just want to go out and do that thing. There's just something about it that, to me, it's like I had to do it. Now, little did I know that I would end up making YouTube videos as well, because of course they didn't have that at that time. I could have never imagined. Like, I always thought I want to be an actor and be a movie star, and I did act in movies and stuff, but I always thought too, well, even if I try to become a movie actor, but I don't end up in movies, maybe I'll be on TV and the small screen's not so bad. But little did I know I'd become a star on YouTube, which I guess if TV's the small screen, that would be the really small screen.
Okay, so what makes your work unique?
What makes my work unique is I have my own unique perspective on things, and one of my goals is always to show the audience something they've never seen before. And I'm always shooting things from my perspective, and I live a very interesting, unique life. And I have this vlog series on YouTube is one of the things I do that shows people that.
Tell us about your YouTube channel, because I'm so curious about
Very
it. But like what you
entertaining
said
video.
earlier, that you watched a YouTube video that
I
he was
did.
cooking
Adobo.
adobo?
Yeah, it was
Adobo
awesome.
Ganak.
Oh,
As
yes.
you guys were giving me a hard time about
Oh,
earlier.
yeah. You know what? Let's go with the fun part. Tell us about your experience as a wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, I started wrestling, like put around like what you see in the Olympics. I started that at age 9,
Wow.
and I fell in love with it. I
You
can be,
fell in love with it?
yeah,
Wow,
because,
that's awesome.
well, the reason is, I'm a very competitive person, and the thing about wrestling, it's not like football, it's not like basketball, where you have all these teammates, and whether you win or lose, you have to rely on teammates. With wrestling, it's one person against another
Yeah.
person, and you're totally responsible for your own success. But the bad news is, if you fail, you're totally responsible for that yourself too. You can't blame it on your teammates or anything like that. If you lose in basketball, you can say, well, these other guys screwed up. So it's very tough losing in that.
So it's like a one-man show.
Yeah,
For
basically.
me, I think wrestling is like one of the hardest jobs in the world.
The
Because,
toughest.
like, if it's just how about your pain every time that you do it? Like,
Well, of course, there's a lot of pain involved, but a lot.
how
There's.
do you manage it every time that you wrestle with another?
Well, I'll tell you this, there's a lot of pain involved even before the match, because a lot of times you have to make weight, and it involves cutting weight. You have to diet down, and then right before the weigh-ins you can't eat. You have to run around with like sweats on and try and sweat and lose out, dehydrate yourself and lose water weight. So that's like the battle before the battle, is just getting on the scale and making weight for your weight
And you
class.
started when you were 9.
I started when I was 9, but I wasn't cutting weight then. I took to it naturally, And then eventually, because throughout high school, I won 3 state wrestling championships competing in high school. And then I got a scholarship to a large university in the United States. And that's what paid for my college, it's what paid for my film degree that I got. Now little did I know that that would evolve into making these videos.
So, I mean, in terms of your videos, so how did you become a YouTube superstar?
What's funny was after I completed my time at university, I moved to Los Angeles. I went to college in Michigan, but then moved to Los Angeles because I wanted to get into acting. And I started modeling and had success at that. I was doing some acting. I wasn't really happy with it. But I bought my own video equipment just so I could do my own things, things that I want to do.
To explore.
Exactly. And one of the first things I did was that now famous Adobo video, which I wasn't trying to make something popular. It was an unexpected hit, but I think that's part of the reason it was a hit. It was totally unintentional, and I think that's a lot of the charm to it. I wasn't doing it.
And I couldn't get over it. It
Oh
was
my
on
goodness.
replay a couple of times.
Wow.
It was really funny.
Well, thank you so much for that.
So it means that I've been living inside a cave for a
You're
while.
missing
Because I
out.
don't know.
Check it out, Adabang Manap.
But I will
missing
check
out.
it out later
Yeah,
after
yeah.
our interview because she knows, like,
you should.
especially MJ. So I really should, and I have to try your recipe on adobo.
Okay. Well, we've done so much since then, and my channel, it's become kind of the go-to place for people that are outside the Philippines, but they're interested in the Philippines. And I can't tell you how many letters I've gotten from people saying, you know what, Travis, I watch your videos, and because of that, I decided to take a trip to the
Okay.
Philippines.
Oh,
Speaking of that,
wow.
how did Philippines catch your attention?
Yeah.
Well, I started coming here back in 2003. So I guess it's been about 13 years now
Wow.
since my first trip here. And my first trip here, I took a trip around Asia. But the first place I went was the Philippines, and I stayed here for 3 weeks. And I just fell in love with it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Hey, what's the most beautiful places here in the Philippines?
The most beautiful place, well, I'll tell you the place that I like the most, and a lot of people, they can't believe this, but I love Metro Manila.
Really?
Despite all its problems,
Yeah.
The traffic and
the
other
traffic,
stuff.
yeah, the traffic.
It's
and
convenient.
everything. I hate the traffic. There's a lot of bad things about living here, but despite all its problems, I love it here. To me, this is the place to be if you're in the Philippines.
Really?
I wouldn't want to live anywhere else in the Philippines, I
Wow,
think.
that's nice.
This is where all the action happens. I like to be where the action is.
Oh, that's why
Absolutely.
So what do you
used to
say
be a
about the
wrestler.
Filipinos? Do you have Filipino friends?
Oh,
Millions.
yeah. A lot of my best friends are Filipino, actually. One thing that I don't like about some of my viewers, they leave comments and they say, oh, Filipinos are this way, and they stereotype Filipinos, and they don't understand that Filipinos are a lot more diverse. I always say that the Philippines has some of the worst people in the world and some of the absolute best people in the world. It has the whole
It's good to hear
spectrum.
that.
You can't come here and have a bad experience and maybe you've met bad people, but maybe you sought those people out. You know, you were talking to someone on the internet and then you just met that one type of person. They don't even understand that there's a whole other world of people here that are so not, like one thing that people say is, oh, I went to the Philippines and I met this girl and then I met her family, they invited me to lunch and then they expected me to pay for it. It's like,
Oh, I see.
well, I haven't really had that experience.
Absolutely.
I can't even tell you how many Filipinos have taken me out to lunch and dinner and picked up the bill. But they think that everyone in the Philippines is like that type of person. But I don't like when people stereotype like that just because they don't understand. They're only exposed to one type of person, maybe.
Absolutely.
They
So,
explore Philippines.
kaya mo bang makipag-usap ng Filipino?
Nagsasalita ko ng Filipino.
Wow.
Syempre, pero of course, I prefer English.
Of course, because that's your first language.
Yeah.
But I heard that since you're an actor, right? Actor and a model, I heard that you worked with Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah,
How's it?
I did a photo shoot with Lindsay Lohan for a magazine called Harper's Bazaar. It's this big fashion magazine.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they got me because they wanted to do like a superhero shoot.
Because
Superman.
you look like a Superman.
So they got me to be Lindsay Lohan's Superman.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
I get asked about her all the time because of course she's had some controversy overseas.
Yeah.
So what was she like is one of the most common questions I get. And to me, she was absolutely lovely. Yeah.
I'm sure. She's from Disney.
But sometimes those Disney girls go bad when they get
Yeah, I know.
Usually they do it, but I think
Everyone makes mistakes, though. Of
Absolutely.
course, we all
Nobody's
maybe get
perfect.
nobody's perfect. We all maybe everyone gets in at least a little bit of trouble. That's all.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Mr. Travis.
Well,
'Cause
thank you.
at least now we get to know more about you and like we stay connected with him. And thank you
Any
so
greetings?
much. Yeah.
I know you have your special someone here too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got someone holding my video camera. We've got all these cameras all over. I have my cameras here too. You'll be in my vlog. So all I'd like to say to you guys is be sure to check out my YouTube channel. Just search Travis Craft on YouTube. You'll find me. You'll see all kinds of good stuff. We have a wide variety of things. Not just the adobo video, but we have all kinds of things about life here. We have some pretty cool videos too. That I actually have one of the most viewed viral videos of all time too.
Yes, and it
Which is
happens. Let me
like
check that.
my most popular video, actually, more people have watched my most popular video than watched the Super Bowl last year. So
Really?
Oh, that's
pretty
awesome.
crazy to think about.
Wow.
Awesome,
Wow,
awesome.
congratulations
Yes.
about that. And I know there's a lot of viewers now who wants to be like you. What can you say or what message
Yes.
do you have for them?
Well, of course, there's so many people that want to do this and they want advice, but the best thing I can say is do what you really want to do. Don't try and do it because you think you're going to make money or because maybe you just need popularity. Do what you really want to do, and that's you got to be in it for the long haul. I mean, I've had my ups and downs, but I never quit or really thought about quitting just because I was doing things I wanted to do and I was doing something I was passionate about. You know, so a lot of people, they don't get success in the short term and then they give up easy, but that's because they're not really passionate about it.
Very inspiring message.
That's
from
the
Sir
thing. Be
Travis.
passionate.
Yes.
Thank you so
But
much, Sir Travis.
before
honor.
we let you go,
Yes,
we
absolutely.
just have just a little bit favor.
Yes.
Sure,
absolutely.
anything for you.
Can you see that
Could you
sentence
do the
on
line?
the monitor?
Okay.
Oh, this one?
Dalawa.
Is it okay
Awesome.
if we say it? for us?
Okay, marami pa kayang aabangin, magbabalik pa ang pambansang almusal.
Awesome.
Perfect.
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 You're certified Filipino.
Grabe, ang galing.
Picture.
Thank you. There it is. Cool.
Very nice.
Yay. Thank you.